Hello guys, welcome to the second episode of Let's Theorycraft Football Manager. In this episode, it's called Star Rating When It Starts to Not Matter. Now, before I say when it doesn't matter, I want to explain when it does matter. In this case, whenever you're looking at youngsters, it will give you a pretty good idea of how good they're going to turn out. Within reason. Now obviously you can look at some of their stats and get an idea of how close it is to double digits on whether they're going to work out okay. For example, like if this guy for example had a concentration of like 2 or 3 or decisions of 2 or 3, then the chances of getting high, as in 15 plus, by the time he gets older is pretty minimal, because mental stats are the last to actually improve. You'll notice mostly it's your 24, 25, 26-year-olds that are getting regular playing time at a top level that's improving their mental stats. So in this case, that star rating there for the potential ability and I guess current ability is when it is important. So when isn't it important? Now, in this case, it's mostly with your senior players. It's relatively easy to get caught up with the star rating and take that almost as a gospel on who to keep and who to get rid of. Now, a great example in this case is Mr. Jean-Baptiste Blaise, and if anyone has watched my stream, you'll know sort of the love affair that we in the stream have with him. So I've had him for 12 years now, and initially when he started he was a 4.5-star player. When you look at it now, he's actually only a 3-star player on his report. When you read it, he says he'd be a leading player for most Premiership sides. You know, he's consistent, he's quick, he's not very good at aerial ability or jumping reach, but a lot of that has to do with the fact he's 5'4". So that's to be understandable. And the jumping reach probably won't go any higher, and we're fine with that. And heading, we won't probably expect that to go much higher because it's hindered by his height and his jumping reach. But as an AMC, we're not really too concerned with that. We're not concerned with how good his heading is. All of his other stats, in the case of his speed, his agility, his balance, his dribbling, finishing, first touch, technique, passing, off the ball, work rate, and decisions, are amazing. And to further it, if you look at, for example, this season, he has a very good return of goals per games played, a decent amount of assists overall, and a great average rating. And to further try and confirm that, you can look at his stats, and you can look at things like passes succeeded and attempted, 76%. It's not bad for an AMC. He's even done a decent job in the tackles that he's done. The games won which he's played, 80%, which is good. Average minutes per goal, 91 minutes, so it's just over a goal a game that he plays in. He does a very good amount of dribbling, does a great amount of distance covered, mistakes leading to goals, 0, that's always a good sign to see. Shots on target attempted, 63%, which isn't bad considering. Goals on shots attempted, 29%, a little bit low, but still, with it only being 29%, he is still have scored 11 goals in 10 starts and 2 sub appearances. So in this case, if I was using it based on how good his star rating was, I would get rid of him. But this is one of the cases where the star rating doesn't matter. You pretty much would have to see how the player is playing and then make a decision based off of that. Now, it isn't always like a be-all and end-all. I'm not saying completely ignore it. But watch how they play. Like, this guy's a 2.5-star player. But he isn't terrible. He's got good determination, a good work rate. The main stats that he needs for his central defensiveness is good. His concentration's a tad low, composure's a bit low, and aggression is low for his role that he plays, but still, his history biography says he's one of the world's football global superstars. And he's also consistent, and he's good at marking. So, at times like this, you can pretty much get a feel while you're playing the game on how good a player is, without really looking at their star rating. Unless they're a youngster, you'll obviously pay a little bit more attention to it. So, on saying things like that, just don't be worried if their star rating goes down, because even reading their star rating as, say, a 2.5-star player, they still has it listed as a leading player for most Premiership sides. Hope this has been helpful. I hope this clears up some of the questions you might have and sort of helps you build your squad in that for the future. I hope you're enjoying these videos. By all means, if you are, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. I also do streaming on Twitch as well, and you can watch me on there. And if you have any questions, by all means, drop me a comment. And I will see you in the next episode, which should be coming out next Wednesday.